It has to be talked about. The Clippers have been so embarrassing that even though Adrian Wojnarowski said Kawhi will probably stay with the Clippers, rumors are leaking everywhere he could leave. I just dropped a video saying it is stupid for the media to suggest Donovan Mitchell could demand a trade. That's because he's locked in for 5 more seasons. Kawhi, though, can literally pick any destination, not just teams with cap space. This video talks about who could get Kawhi if the Clips get destroyed in the first round. Yo, it's Casey. This is AM Hoops. Yes, I cut my hair. You know why? It is in preparation for the Dennis Rodman bet. So this year, you guys said that if I lose the bet, that I would dye my hair like Dennis Rodman. Obviously, he's got short hair, so if I cut it now, by the time we pay off the bet, yes, it'll be long enough to dye. And so, look, originally, we bet the Hawks and the Knicks series that the Knicks would win. I said in 7 games. We'll see. But, I mean, at this point, look, if the Clippers get bounced in the first round, I deserve to lose this bet. The reason I haven't made more noise about this Kawhi situation is no one thought he would actually leave. I mean, this should be huge news, right? I mean, he's a 2-time Finals MVP, about to be a free agent. Giannis got more noise than this. Even Adrian Wojnarowski said Kawhi would probably stay. And when Woj thinks something, you take that serious, because it is a very educated guess.
I think Kawhi is staying with the Clippers. I don't think that he hasn't said that publicly. He probably won't till the day he signs his contract. I don't sense, I know there's been some mention of Miami. Could Miami be a sleeper for him? I think he's where he wants to be geographically. I think he's gotten along very well within the organization, with management, with ownership. I think Ty Lue has really, really been good this year for them.
See? It's all good. Kawhi is happy where he's at. No need to panic. Until now. The Clips are getting embarrassed by Luka Doncic. Now, what Woj said right after that last statement should scare the LA Clippers.
But, listen, things can go sideways when all of a sudden you get knocked out earlier than you expect. I think we all look at their series with Dallas and we say, like, they should be able to win that series.
Yeah, I certainly thought that. I picked the Clippers to win the title, which looks real dumb right now.
Oh, yes, I remember now. Missed it by that much.
Things are officially going sideways, and it is time to talk about where Kawhi goes next. LA looks heartless. Dallas is on another level. We're watching Luka take yet another superstar leap in front of our eyes. It is not over, but things look real bad for Kawhi's team, and it's not his fault. Dude dropped 30 points in the first half of Game 2, but Luka's just better. He is controlling every game, and when Patrick Beverley gets switched on him, it's a wrap. This will be back-to-back demoralizing losses for Kawhi and the Clips, and while being in LA is great, his reputation is taking a hit. Every talking head in the media is calling Kawhi a horrible leader and trashing his accomplishments. His Finals MVP in San Antonio? Oh, it's because he had Pop and Tim Duncan. His chip in Toronto? Oh, actually, Nick Nurse was that team's leader, and he just got lucky that Golden State was injured. If Kawhi doesn't change teams after this embarrassing loss, it could really hurt his legacy. And if he does change teams, it will set the Clippers back a decade. They traded a great young player in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and a ton of picks to get Paul George, with Kawhi signing after. Now they could be left with just Paul George, and if Kawhi doesn't do a sign and trade, he'll leave for nothing. High-level free agents will avoid the Clippers like the plague because of how this all played out. I mean, yeah, they've got a great owner who will write checks, but the Clipper curse seems real. If Kawhi leaves, I think the Clips won't get any stars to take their cap space like we've seen recently with the New York Knicks. Woj mentioned the Miami Heat as a possible destination for Leonard. I'll mention some other teams later, but the Heat make a lot of sense for one big reason: Jimmy Butler. Kawhi and Butler's relationship is strong, and Kawhi even tried to recruit him to the Clippers before Paul George was traded. Obviously, the Heat need more talent to win a chip, and Kawhi could be that perfect fit. We all saw how amazing Jimmy's leadership was in the bubble against the Lakers, and we all thought with only a little bit more, they could win. The problem is money. Kawhi is eligible to make 35% of the salary cap next season, which is about $40 million bucks. Very few teams have that. The Heat don't. They only have about $28 million in cap space. They can still get it done though. I'll explain that in a bit. First, what about the Golden State Warriors? Where's this buzz coming from? Twitter, of course. There are so many Dub fans on social media recruiting Kawhi, as if he's even on the internet. Now the story is Warriors getting Clay back and getting Kawhi in the offseason. I'm shook. Kawhi needs to come to the Warriors in free agency next season. And I'll admit, it does make a lot of sense for the Dubs to go after Kawhi, even if the Clippers beat the Mavs. Steph, Clay, and Draymond are all 30 plus years old. The championship window is closing without another star. If Kawhi goes there, he raises their ceiling to a contender again. Just like the Heat, they don't have cap space though. But there is a way to get Kawhi that we'll see at the end of this video. But we have to mention the LA Lakers because they have everything Kawhi could want. A contender in LA. Anthony Davis and Kawhi could compete for titles after LeBron retires. This was the original plan before Kawhi signed with the Clippers, before he decided competing against LeBron with Paul George was more his style. Well, now that's backfired. The Lakers would have to hope that Kawhi has a change of heart about playing with LeBron James, and also, they don't have cap space. The only teams with enough cap space to sign Kawhi are the Knicks, the Thunder, the Spurs, don't even get me started, and almost the Dallas Mavericks. That would be amazing if the Mavs pulled a Warriors. Kevin Durant loses in 2016 to Golden State, then he joins them that summer. But for all the other teams, a sign and trade is the only option. So let's run down the sign and trade scenarios for the Heat, the Warriors, and the Lakers. Miami could either trade Goran Dragic, Tyler Hero, Kendrick Nunn on a new contract, and 2 firsts for Kawhi, or because they have a little bit of cap space, they could create more by trading Goran Dragic and Andre Iguodala to the Knicks for cap space, then sign Kawhi in free agency. Either way, it would make a new core of Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and Kawhi to rival KD, Kyrie, and Harden in the East. What about the Golden State Warriors? They sign and trade Andrew Wiggins, James Wiseman, and their 2021 first, whoever that ends up being in the draft, for Kawhi. This is trading the Dubs' future for a chance at a chip. I know Warrior fans don't like this, but I've said it all along. Golden State has to choose their future or their present, not both. And the Lakers could trade Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Kyle Kuzma, Talen Horton-Tucker on a new $10 million deal, Alfonso McKinney, their 2021 rookie, whoever that is, and 2 firsts. The problem with this deal is actually getting the Clippers to agree to make this trade and deal with the Lakers. Now, they would be foolish to get nothing for Kawhi, but you never know. If Kawhi demands this deal, by the way, yeah, they would have to take this or nothing, even if better packages were on the table. Another option for the Warriors is laid out in their off-season plan video. No one is talking about the most important move that they have to make.